Alright guys, welcome back to Diablo 3 on Inferno mode. We just entered the cathedral and now, well, off to search for Deckard Cain.
This must be where the star fell. Its crater is tinged with some strange magic.
I will try to not comment too much on the story, whether it's good or bad.
Do you see that enemy?
We thought we could keep the dead trapped here.
As you will know, the story has its weaknesses. And as you just saw, in this mode, especially against weaker champions, I can really just stand there and take it. I guess it might be interesting for people to see the rare items discovered on screen, so I will do that. Okay, strength, intelligence, vitality. Not the worst of maces, but not that good either. And this is junk. Complete and utter junk. At least for me. I mean, you see the damage number going down by 23,000, almost 24,000. Yeah. I'm not entirely certain, of course, but I don't think I will find anything better than what I have in terms of weapon. Okay, up there is just mindless events.
Fences are nothing.
Now the game is fairly loud on my ears. I'll have to change that. You shouldn't notice because in the rendering I'll decrease it anyway, but I might speak a little louder than usually. Because I feel I have to shout against the game. I technically don't, but
Didn't see that coming, did you?
mostly because I can always change it in the post-processing, the editing stage. I can alter the volumes again.
This was built so recently. What do you mean? The cathedral is hundreds of years old. That is still quite new to me.
You see those random joke lines? They're terrible. I really hate the fact that the followers talk. They should be quiet. Okay, this is a very bad cloak. And as I said, I'm really only here to find, well, to get through with the storyline. I'm not particularly trying to explore very much. Because, well, exploration is not very interesting in the long run, and pretty much everyone has done that. Like, most Diablo Let's Plays I've seen, they've shown almost all the exploration. They've usually done full map explorations wherever they could. And I don't think there's gonna be... I don't think Deckard's gonna be this way. And as you see, even being fairly spammy about my disintegrate spell, it works out. And in boss fights, my tactic tends to be put the Hydra down and then leg it. It's not very interesting to watch, and honestly, I have no idea how you would fight bosses on a different class.
Those defenses are nothing.
But my survivability against a boss standing there and taking it is very low. So I'll occasionally disintegrate them a bit, but most often Hydra down and then focus on survival. Especially the Lightning Hydra now, it does tons of damage, so... I think against the Butcher on Inferno I used nothing but the Hydra. I don't think I disintegrated even once. And it still worked out, so I killed him under 2 minutes and got the achievement for it. I guess that says a lot about the power of the Hydra. And there's no event in progress. And the Hydra is unkillable, untargetable, which is kind of overpowered. So there we have a slightly mistimed event.
The power of the fallen star awakened me, and soon all will suffer as I have suffered. Gods, bring me his bones!
There's an achievement here for killing the boss guy that spawns before you kill any of the minions, but I would not recommend getting or trying to get all that kind of achievement on Inferno mode. There are some achievements which specifically state get this on Inferno. Of course, you've got no choice with those, but most of them can be done on normal difficulty, and if you're level 60, they become very trivial on normal difficulty. Such as completing the act in under 1 hour. That's ridiculously easy if you're level 60 and doing it on normal. Because you can one-hit bosses pretty much.
Oh, thank you. But why did you risk yourself for me?
You live. Fortune smiles on you, old man. I'm here to bring you back to Leah.
Oh, it is wonderful to hear that Leah is well. I fear the worst.
She misses you greatly.
I learned of this secret passage through old maps I found. We must discuss the fallen star. Follow me
to Tristram. This will again be skipped. Mostly this is just a summary of what just happened, in case you kind of missed it. I will keep the dialogues in mostly, but I will not be too severe on the story. Mostly because the story is like any action role-playing game. It's fairly...
Uncle, you're alive!
Thanks to you and your friend here.
Our time is running short. What can you tell me about the fallen star?
Not much, I'm afraid, though the prophecy of the end days surely points to it as a sign that the end has begun.
Please, Uncle, not more of your stories. All that matters now is that you're back.
Whatever.
The Skeleton King was once our beloved lord, Leoric. He was driven mad by Diablo's evil. He lost both of his sons and his very soul before he was finally defeated. Now it seems he's risen to plague this land once again.
Leoric's tale is sad, but I am here to find the fallen star, and the Skeleton King stands in my way.
The key to defeating him lies in his old crown. Seek out our blacksmith, Hadrig. He knows of its whereabouts.
And then we have the Shattered Crown. Incidentally, this is the quest which I was stuck at before Inferno mode was made slightly more humane.
Horrors have visited Tristram before, and it endured.
Because every single time I tried to do the, not the next bit, but the next outside bit of this quest, there would spawn some impossible combination on a very nasty kind of mob, and they would kill me over and over and over, and I couldn't get them down. I couldn't decrease their health even, because they regenerated between battles, which I don't think they even do anymore. By the way, Gem Combiner fully done, but I've only got one Flawless Star Emerald. This is the only advanced recipe I really have. And I guess after Flawless Star, there's still Perfect Star and Radiant Star, so there's 2 more levels which I haven't even found the recipes for. Which probably tells you why they're so valuable.
Blacksmith, Deckard Cain said you could help me find the crown of Leoric.
Not now. It's my wife. She's locked in the cellar like all those who've been bitten. I'm to put them all down. But how can I kill my own wife?
I know it will be difficult, but she would want you to do it. I will help you.
Thank you. Follow me.
So yeah, as I said, I'm not going to talk about inconsistencies or logical problems in the storyline. Just take it for what it is, because in this kind of game it doesn't matter much.
I'm sorry.
You are helping them. You don't need to be sorry.
Mira, my love, forgive me.
Hedrig, help me. Death is sometimes a kindness.
I couldn't have done this without you. I'm in your debt. My name is Hedrig Aemon.
Well, Hedrig, Deckard Cain told me you know where Leoric's crown is.
I can help you there. It's buried with his Chancellor, my grandfather. You'll find his tomb in a cemetery in the Weeping Hollow. And if you see my fool apprentice out there, tell him to get back to town.
Now, before some random patch, this was actually connected to Tristram without a gate, and you could keep pulling enemies into the city where they would kill the villagers, which was kind of fun, but again, slightly pointless, because the villagers, especially on higher difficulties, they didn't stand a chance. And these were the guys that caused all the problem last time, all the problems. As champion or elite groups, they were very nasty, especially because they're very fast to begin with, jumping at you and stuff. And combine that with the insane damage output that elites can sometimes have. They were very difficult to avoid and pretty much impossible to kill. And since I wanted to kill everyone, I kinda gave up. But now it's all been made slightly more humane. And yeah, as you see, the Hydra really has very nice damage.
I am so good. I astound myself.
Am I going the wrong way? No, I'm not. I wonder where that arrow points though. I'm supposed to go into the Weeping Hollow. No idea why it points where it points. Should really do something about that Valor stack. Dangerously low on time. Well, 15 minutes roughly. 17. I should find a champion somewhere here. That's the thing, if you actually want to find them, you never do. And when you're just currently fighting one, suddenly another one pitches up. Now the cemetery is up here. And as you see, I have not gotten the pony level unlocked.
There are so many crypts here. I fear we will face much danger.
In fact, I haven't got it unlocked on any difficulty yet. I need, I think, roughly 1.8 million gold to do that, so until I have that, I won't start doing it. Because if I want to do it, well, if I do it, I want to do it on all difficulties at once. So I'll just want to forge the thing and then just keep going, I guess. Just keep making it on higher and higher difficulties. All in one go. Now this might be the right tomb, or it might not be. Crypt, whatever. But even the wrong ones usually have a champion or a boss group in it, so... There's a decent chance I will be able to refresh my stack. Even though I currently don't have much space to run. Which even on Act 1 it might be necessary to sometimes run away from enemies.
How does that feel?
Mostly because some of the combinations can be very, very nasty. Especially for a, well, less sturdy character like mine. The ones that impair movement, like the ones that freeze you, or what's it called, jailer, or the wall building guys, they can all cause severe trouble because this character cannot really handle being hit very much. So if I have to run, and I can't because I'm currently frozen, locked off, something, it can obviously cause trouble, and so for those eventualities I definitely reserve the right to run away. Of course, in that particular instance I just had to activate my my usual defensive skill, my diamond skin, and that solved the problem for me. Okay, let's see this dagger. Again, nothing special. But yeah, the diamond skin on Act 1 will be able to keep you alive through a fair bit of damage. So.
We taught them a lesson.
It used to be that the wrong dungeon, because you have to kind of choose one here, the wrong one used to be a lot smaller, but I don't think it is anymore, so you can't really tell from the size that it's the correct one anymore. And just in case anyone, I don't know, feels the urge, this is not the time or the place to criticize the game for its mistakes. So, of course, feel free to comment, and of course also feel free to state your opinion, but I'm not in a position to effect any kind of change, and if you're complaining on a random YouTube video, probably neither are you, so you can say you don't like it, but I don't want like tons of comments containing long essays about why this game is inherently flawed and everything about it is bad, which I've seen, sadly, being done to other Diablo Let's Plays. Yes, the game had its problems, and the release was a shambles, and all that kind of stuff, and it's all been said, and the makers have seen the error of their ways in some points, not in others.
If only they could see me now.
But the point remains, just don't tell my YouTube channel as well that the game is bad. If you think the game is bad, feel free not to watch this Let's Play, of course. I guess all I'm saying is don't do any hate speech kind of stuff. You are again very welcome to state your opinion. I have at times been fairly frustrated with this game as well, especially before the patch. It's 1.6, 1.7. The last two patches, they helped a lot. But yeah, I would prefer if your comments were about the video content and not about the game being crap and stuff like that. Because it seems, sadly, that this game especially draws a lot of negative attention that way, where I've seen people getting tons of dislikes and especially tons of comments along the lines of, "Oh, I don't like this game, so I'm gonna dislike this video," and write terrible comments.
This looks like a crypt fit for a chancellor. The crown must be here.
And
You
this
have
is
the
the
right of it,
very first
as
time
always.
I found the correct tomb on the first attempt, I guess. Okay, so Manglemore. With the slowing effect, he did not stand a chance. And here's the Chancellor's tomb.
Your defenses are nothing.
Yeah, that's another thing that that disintegrates really good for getting those so and so many enemies killed in one hit kind of things. And let's just quickly identify this maze. Terrible. By the way, you can always tell in the bottom left of the tooltip, it says the item level of the level. So pretty much if it's not got item level 63, it's probably not going to be very good. 62 can sometimes also be fairly good, but basically the higher the item level, the better the item, and it caps out at 63.
No, I will not allow you to bring that monster Leoric back to this world.
And while it may seem like I'm currently very much blazing through these enemies, that'll obviously change as the game progresses. It's currently, of course, this is Act 1 on Inferno still, but I've beaten Act 4, so these enemies are still slightly weaker, making it fairly easy to beat. This will change against certain enemies, especially in Act 2. That's the one I've always had most trouble with. Somehow Act 3 and 4 were always easier for me.
You found the crown. Truth be told, I didn't think you'd make it back.
Okay, so he's gonna fix the
Get
crown.
to work again. There.
Thank you.
New as the day it was placed upon the Black King's head. I need something more than makings.
Then help me.
Okay, so the first time you play through, he just complains about that he wants proper work, and then he suddenly becomes your blacksmith. Kind of thing. The crafting is kind of useful, by the way, for some things. Not all of them, but some of these stuff, especially, as I said, these very high-level ones, which you need to find the recipes for, they can be useful.
I have the crown. How do I reach the skeleton?
At last.
The skeleton, and I shall be by
Okay.
your side.
So with that crown, we can open the gate in the room where we found Deckard Cain. That's all she said. I'm guessing if I'm skipping through and telling you what was said, that's probably you don't lose much story and it goes faster. So I'm hoping to get to the Skeleton King today. Probably not in this episode though.
That is a powerful foe over there.
Yeah, this is the kind of situation I spoke about. It can be very nasty if the first thing you meet in any new level is one of those special mobs, because it gives you no space to kite them out, basically. But now, on 3 stacks of valor, nice, and I got a fairly bad two-handed sword. Yep. And this is item level 60, again, this will not be very good, but... meh. occasionally I still like to get those destruction things and so forth. So forth. But most usually I will... Well... It just looks so tempting, all these barrels and stuff. Yeah, I will try to give some hints as well, actually, as I'm playing through. Stuff that helped me. So one thing that I would say is definitely important, as I've already said in the first episode, do not shun the in-game auction house. It may seem that you're kind of annoyed at the fact that there's an auction house, but and I can understand for the real money one. I see the frustration there, to be honest, but for the in-game gold one, that's like if you were trading with friends, but on an easier platform, and there's no element of distrust involved at all. So I would say definitely keep in mind that possibility.
These spirits are forever bound to their king. A second death is the greatest peace we can give them.
Okay, a bad shield. Yeah, keep that possibility in mind. It's not shameful or anything to buy stuff from the auction house. I mean, the game is designed so that you have to replay a certain difficulty a few times before you can tackle the next one. Especially for Inferno, you're meant to play through hell, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 times before you've got the gear to tackle Inferno properly. And then Inferno Act 1 you're supposed to tackle, and then again farm that for a few times. And if you don't feel like doing that, you can buy the items. They're fairly cheap now. As I said, don't be intimidated by people selling stuff for like 1.5 billion gold pieces. Hate that. Sometimes the disintegrate is kind of disabled. Bad. I don't know, buggy. I don't know what exactly causes it, but it's slightly broken at times. So he is some paladin warrior kind of guy, and they took his stuff, and we're gonna find it. Another piece of advice, which is probably self-explanatory. Is that you should identify which enemies are the most trouble in a certain area for you. Usually you will figure that out very quickly by yourself, really, that, for example, the, I don't know, let's just take an example in 3, where you've got those suicidal guys which blow up when they come close.
The cultists dragged me past this glow.
For me, those were
What made it?
definitely the most dangerous enemies, so always focus the ones basically that are the most dangerous to you. Junk again?
Down this way. There are my...
Yep. So there's his stuff, and there's a waypoint for us.
I am Cormac, warrior of the Templar Order. If it is the Skeleton King you seek, then you will have to fight your way past John Dar. There is no reason we should hunt alone.
I suppose not. A strong spirit my side could prove helpful.
And yeah, so about that difficult enemies kind of thing, in this particular dungeon you should watch out for the ones that can summon more skeletons, because they can overwhelm you if you're unprepared and if you don't have the gear to take it. Because this game, say what you like about it, it is largely gear based, so if you've got the equipment to take on an enemy, he can be very easy, and if you don't have the proper equipment, it can be a massive problem. You will probably see that if you begin...
Magic bars our way, but the will of a Templar is stronger.
Thank you. If you're facing, like, the first boss in Act 4, the guy in the library,
The Coven is my brotherhood
if you
now.
face him either
The
on
powers we serve. Please forgive me. My
on
visions cloud
Inferno or on Hell even,
magic.
he is a massive step up in difficulty from Asmodan.
Thank you for your aid. I will go with you on your hunt for the Skeleton King.
Well, not
There is
quite
one
yet.
condition. If we find the sacred tomes of my order, they are mine.
Okay, never mind that. No, actually I'll salvage all this stuff just for fun. Wonder why I even got this nightmare thing. Now occasionally you get the hell difficulty crafting materials, because the item you disenchanted wasn't quite high level, but nightmare? I've never seen that before. Yeah, regardless, if you face that boss and you're having difficulty, just go on the in-game auction house and upgrade your gear a bit, and you will see how much more smoothly that fight goes. That's where I noticed it the most strongly, I guess.
You dare attack me?
So I would say that's definitely an important thing to keep in mind if you're having trouble with
What
a certain encounter, a certain enemy, a certain area. Just consider upgrading your stuff. Because if you're struggling with an area, that doesn't mean that you're playing badly. It might just mean that you're not well equipped. In fact, mostly it means that you're not well equipped for the particular task in mind. And that can be solved very easily by just going on the auction house. Just like identify which of your items is the weakest and have a bit of a browse, see what's on sale, kind of limit the searches a bit, stuff like that, and then more often than not you will find a cheap way to upgrade.
I am so good. I astound myself.
Yeah, see those random comments, I hate those. They sound so arrogant. I think we're quickly approaching the point where I can't just stand there and spam my attack anymore, but for now it still works for this very initial quest in the very initial act. I think I can still deal with boss groups fairly well. Alright, so I will make a cut now. The next episode might be fairly short because I'll stop recording after I've done the Skeleton King, so I guess I'll be seeing you then. Bye bye!